I don't think it's too late for a September wrap up. Roll the video. Hi guys, I'm Dia from Dianosaur, and it's been a minute since I did a wrap up video. But I'm not scared this time. Why? Because I only read two books in the month of September. Yeah, I was not in a like I was not feeling like reading because life things have been happening. I'll do a life update sometime if I feel up to it. So I didn't feel like reading the entire month of September. It took me entire month to read one book, and at the end I finished another book in like 2 days or something. So let's get on with it. So the first book that I read was Ruin by John Gwynne, and this is the third book in the Faithful and the Fallen series, which is this series about the it's a heroic fantasy series that starts with Malice, where we see that these two, good versus evil kind of a fight has been brewing, and the good side has their avatar sort of a thing, and the bad side has the avatar sort of a thing. But things are not that straightforward. Things are kind of complicated, and we are following a bunch of characters, and at first we don't know who is who, like who is the good person, who is the bad person, who is in between. And as the series like moves forward, we get to see that like, okay, these characters are the so-called good characters and these characters are so-called bad characters. So that's what Faithful and the Fallen is about. This is the third book in the series, so I won't be able to talk too much about it other than the fact that I loved this book. But there's a caveat. The thing is, I loved Malice for what it was. It was a bit rough around the edges, but I kind of, like I was okay with that. Valor was a step up. I really loved Valor, and there was this one character whose character arc I absolutely loved, and I loved following that character. In Ruin, you get the same thing as Valor, only that things have been sped up. And the thing about Malice, what I liked about it was the quiet moments. The character moments that different characters are interacting, nothing much is happening, you're just letting the characters breathe. That sort of thing was kind of missing in Ruin, and I missed that. I wanted more, quiet moments between characters, and that is something that John Gwynne does really well, and I wanted him to do that in Ruin. But yeah, that was not there. So that was, I wanted to give the book 4.5 stars. Like in my head, it's a 4.5 star. On Goodreads, I've given 5 stars because I round up. I don't round down usually, unless I really hate that book. So that is Ruin. I liked the high octane action parts, but it needed to breathe a little bit at moments, so that the action parts that will pack more punch, but that didn't happen. So the entire time you kept like going up, and there's no release. So at the end you're like kind of jaded as to what is happening. Like you don't care that people are dying. Okay, so one thing about John Gwynne's books, people die a lot. Like people die like flies, and people have been like telling me that, oh no, ruined me, or that like the end of Ruin, you will immediately want to jump into Wrath, the last book. And I was like, okay, like maybe some like major character death happened or something. But no, like the thing that happened, it didn't I mean, I sound heartless, and if you have read Ruin, you will be like, yeah, like what the fuck? Like, you didn't feel moved by the end of Ruin. Like, what is wrong with you? But I was, like I was telling you, like there were so many character deaths and so many like important twists and turns happening the entire time. I was like, okay, like this is just another thing. Like I'll just roll with it. Like, come on, John Gwyn, like I can take it. And yeah, that's the only thing. Like it's not. I mean, I had a good time. And yeah, here is another thing that I would like you to consider. I was in a slump the entire month, so maybe that's the reason I didn't feel anything. Like maybe, like there were other times in the beginning I was like, oh my god, this is killing me. Like I'm dying, I'm in tears, waterfalls, and all that stuff. But the second half was kinda not up to that mark. So yeah, like I don't know, maybe it's the slump or maybe it's the book itself, but the experience I had with Valor, I didn't have quite that good of an experience with Ruin, and I feel so bad, saying that, because this is something like I really loved the first two books, and I still love the third book, but I didn't love it as much as the first two. So there's Ruin. The last book, the second book that I read in the month of September was Gallant by V.E. Schwab. I don't have much to say about Gallant. So this is following a non-verbal girl who is an orphan at this orphanage, and the only thing she knows about her parents is her mother's journal. One day she gets a letter from her uncle on her mother's side telling her that we have been looking for you and we want you to come and live with us at this our place called Gallant. So she leaves the orphanage and goes and lives at Gallant, and then the story starts. Things are not what they seem. The uncle who supposedly wrote the letter has been dead for a year. Her cousin does not want her to be there. Okay, I am. Yeah, now it's fine. You guys are staring to my nostrils or something the entire time. Anyway, um, so that's the thing. The things start get like things get weird and spooky once she moves to Gallant, and the story goes on from there. So I read this book in two sittings, like in 2 days, and I enjoyed it for what it was. It would have been better as a novella rather than a full blown book, and nothing much happened, but I really liked the writing and the vibe that it was creating. Okay, my hand is shaking, so I don't have much time. I'll speed things up. So this was a 3-star book, 3.5 star or 3-star book. I don't remember right now, and in my head it's a 3-star right now. So yeah, uh, I enjoyed it for what it was. It was a fun read, like it was a palate cleanser after that chunky book, Ruin. And yeah, I liked it. Like, I don't have bad things to say about it. Like, there was no character development, the plot was kind of lackluster. So, like, it had its faults, but I didn't hate the book. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. I was just okay. Like it was not overwhelming. It was not underwhelming. It was just whelming. Comment down if you get that reference. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next one. I don't do TBRs because I'm a mood reader, so I won't do an October TBR. I'll probably do a fall TBR. I did a video about what I'm reading currently, so there's that. I'll probably do a fall TBR. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.